Jason Herring. This Texas high school football coach is hated by most, but why? If you've been following high school football for a while, then you've definitely heard of Jason Herring. He's one of the most polarizing figures in the industry, and most people outside of Refugio hate him, while others in the town they love him. He has been labeled everything from halftime Hitler to Mr. Satan. All for his unconventional, or as some say unethical coaching strategies. Hey guys! Welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we're going to dive deep into the what, why and how Jason Herring became the most hated football coach. Are you guys ready? Let's get started. Herring's coaching career began around 29 years ago at Big Lake, Reagan County, and he started off as a junior high assistant coach under Sam Harrell. Unfortunately, Herring didn't fit in, and just a year later, he moved to work under Ross Rogers. Combined, both these experiences provided great learning moments for Herring. Rogers and Harrell were experts when it came to offensive strategies, and much of Herring's strategies are influenced by them. Soon after, in 1996, Herring became the head coach at Wall, but it seems that things weren't meant to be. After an unsuccessful season there, he was fired, and he tried his luck with the Broncos. Over there, he finally settled down and spent a good amount of time with the team. He was promoted to head coach in 2000, and in the same year, he won his first ever state championship. Herring loved being a part of the Broncos team, but small-town politics got to him, and he felt forced to leave. In 2007, Herring said enough is enough and moved out of West Texas to a small town in South Texas, Refugio. This football-crazed town is filled with 2,900 competitive citizens who were hungry to win, and Herring was determined not to let them down. Till then, the Bobcats had only made it as far as the regional semifinals, and they hadn't made it to the state championships in more than 20 years. They were desperate to get their glorious title, and Herring was ready to get it with them. However, despite their determination, the Bobcats had no such luck. In the 2009 and 2010 seasons, they reached the semifinals once again, but the state championship was out of reach. People started to taunt Herring and the team by saying, "Can't win the big one." That's when Herring realized they needed to change their strategies. Things could not go on like this. The Bobcats had to win, and Herring wanted to lead them to this victory. So what did he do? He decided to break the unwritten rules of football, and he decided that instead of pulling the starters out in the third quarter, he would keep them in. The starters were going to play 3 quarters in every game despite the score. And just as he had expected, Herring's plan worked. He started to get mind-blowing results. When the Bobcats opened district play, they dominated the game with 48-0. And this was just the start. In the next game with Coffer, it was 82-6, and then 91-6 against Freer, 73-0 against Fremont, and then finally, 74-0 against Santa Gertrudis Academy. The Bobcats cruised through their playoffs, leaving everyone else baffled. These results started to draw attention, and Herring received a ton of criticism and gained a new nickname, Halftime Hitler. It upset him immensely, and he tried to clear his name by saying that it wasn't about the scorecard. He saw past that. "I know I'm doing it for the right reasons," Herring said. "It's not malicious. If there was another way for us to improve as a team, I would do anything in the world for it. But I can't fix this." Many other football coaches took this personally, and they were completely unsympathetic to Herring's tactics. They found it lowly, and Coffer's coaches refused to shake Herring's hand after the game. On the other hand, Freer's coach called it unethical and was heavily against it. He went as far as to say that, even if they win it all, they're going to win it without honor. As a result of all this, Herring started to receive a lot of hate. Many opposing teams sent him death threats and called him Satan. Herring said that despite all the success he was getting on the field, he was miserable off the field. It became the toughest season in his entire life. He said, "They were just choosing to look right then in the moment, and not even take the time to understand the reason. There were 4 years on record where I had already done what you're supposed to do. I didn't just all of a sudden become Satan. I was to a point where I had to get over the hump." The Bobcats won the state championships with a perfect 41-0, and the win rejuvenated the starved fans in Refugio. Not just that, it also helped Herring keep his job as head coach. While many people feel that Herring is a bully with no honor, there's another side to Herring that they choose to ignore. The man is always saying that he loves kids, and he loves working with them, getting involved, and helping them reach their full potential. After winning 2 more state championships, Herring's around-the-clock approach changed, and he realized that there was more to life than winning football matches for yourself. "I've always been crazy, wired, and focused on the task at hand to a fault where I thought I had to do everything," he said. "That's just the way I was raised. You do everything for yourself. When the hurricane hit, I didn't have a choice. People were fighting for their lives. There were very basic needs like mattresses and water and food. All of a sudden, I was pulled 10,000 ways right at the start of the season. What I did is I just took my hands off the wheel and let the staff do 90% of it, and I tried to help people. The hurricane forever changed me." Herring started to spend most of his time as a relief coordinator, helping people and getting them whatever they needed. According to Kobe Herring, it showed how much he really cares about people. He's willing to take that extra step and go seek out help for anyone who needs it. Circumstances change the way people behave, and Herring's circumstances initially forced him to use unconventional strategies so that he could keep his job and continue working as a head coach. However, the destruction caused by Hurricane Harvey gave him perspective and showed him the things that matter the most. So now, we have a question for you guys. What's your final take on Coach Jason Herring? Do you empathize with him, or do you hate him like many others? Tell us your opinions in the comments below. With that said, that's all that we have for you guys today. Thank you for joining us. We hope you got the answers that you needed. Before you leave, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content from us. Until next time, see you later. Bye.
The Refugio High School football team has been on the road mainly due to some much-needed repairs to their home field, Jack Sportsman Bobcat Stadium. These damages were caused by Hurricane Harvey in 2017. Badly needed repairs forced Refugio to play the entire 8-game regular season, varsity schedule, and all other sub-variety games on the road. And then the COVID-19 pandemic added more devastation. The COVID-19 pandemic had an effect on everyone in different ways. Coach Jason Herring was especially affected. The Refugio coach, whose team was 8-0 and ranked number 2 in Class 2A Division I, mentioned that the COVID-19 protocols made everything harder. Coach Herring said, quote, "Everything is harder during COVID-19 just from watering the kids, sanitizing when lifting weights." End quote. He added the quote, "And have we are on game 9, but it feels like we are on game 29. I'm worn out, but our kids have handled it really well. Our kids have been through so much. They went through Harvey and didn't play any home games, and our kids are just as resilient as they've always been. They've been really good during the open weeks of working hard and using them to be productive." End quote. According to Melissa Gonzalez, quote, "With everything we are going through in football is a way of pulling us all together. When we don't have that opportunity to gather in support of it can be discouraging." Gonzalez added the quote, "The contract stipulates the stadium be ready for use by August 1st and completely finished by August 19th. The field will include a brand new track and field practice area and will hold graduation ceremonies. Football is everything for the community, especially after Harvey and the coronavirus pandemic. The community is looking forward to watching their Refugio Bobcats continue to be the best high school in Texas." Coach Jason Herring is very excited to get started playing in the new and improved Jack Sportsman Bobcat Stadium in August 2021. Thank you for watching. Until next time.